Thank you, Jim. And yes, I think so. Thank you. Thank you. It is so nice to be back here. This is my home. Of all those organizations that I've been part of, this one matters the most. And I haven't been a delegate to this AGM for quite a while, as you all know, but I can see, as any visitor or observer can see, that it's democracy in action. And I think for that, you should applaud yourselves. AGMs always seemed endless, but they always finished way too soon for most of us. So a very humble thank you and a very sincere thank you for this honor, an honor made more special to me by being given in the year of BCTF's 100th birthday. Congratulations to BCTF and to all its members and all its staff, past and present, because your engagement, your stewardship, your activism has made this a very special organization indeed, a leader among organizations, a democratic and proud union of professionals, which I believe is the way all unions should be. Social justice, unionism, and professionalism all knit together very closely. A family, really, but a family that doesn't confine its borders geographically or conceptually. One which speaks up and out for teachers, for quality public education, for students, for social justice, for inclusion, and for democratic societies here and abroad. And with an impressive record of achievement, you make sure, and I'll always do whatever I can do to make sure that its voice, your voice, is always heard. And congratulations also, whether it's politic or not of me to mention it, on your decision at this AGM to rejoin the Canadian Teachers Federation, and therefore Education International. A good and wise decision. In this globalized world of ours, it is a struggle always to preserve and grow unions, to make gains for workers, for human rights, for equity, and for equality. These are not commodities traded with high returns. And in my simple view, the bigger the collective, the better we can fight for all of those things. So well done, BCTF. I've always been proud to be a teacher activist, and a BCTF member, and to count 3 locals, all special in my history. Jim did mention them, I have to mention them again. Kitimat was where it began. Terry and I, along with Neil Warboy, started at Mount Elizabeth Secondary in 1969. Larry Keane had been there the year before, Anita Chapman came a little later. It was a good training ground for activists. And when you teach in Kitimat, you make friends for life, as well as develop some attitude, exemplified by walking the picket line longer than you've been told you're allowed to do so. And this was for pensions in 1972. In Langley, I honed my professional skills in providing services for atypical learners, and these were also the years of the so-called bad board, the back to basics and worse. One hot August day, I answered the door to find the sheriff. I didn't know BC had sheriffs, but he was there with a subpoena for a libel suit, initiated by the board chair and naming Terry Eastman, then LTA president, Peter Owens, Barb Parrott, and me. Needless to say, we had support from the BCTF, we weathered the storm, and we did okay. These were also the early and exciting days of the Status of Women program. Delta was last but not least of the locals that I was a member of. I found a home there. Again, there was plenty of room to advocate for programs and support for students with special needs and for teacher rights. Term appointments were a scourge, especially for primary female teachers, and maternity leaves were woeful. Signing up members for our new union status and bargaining full rights in 1988, endless bargaining sessions, real gains, and losses at the stroke of the provincial government's pen. You know the rest of that story. May it finally be a win in the Supreme Court of Canada, and well done for your persistent and courageous effort to right this wrong. Being part of some of these struggles, and BCTF has an incredibly long and impressive list of achievements and initiatives and endeavors. I can't begin to list any of them because it would be too long, and you're a very patient audience here this morning. So being part of some of these struggles and achievements has been an intrinsic part of my life and a very worthwhile part of my life. And I have to say, the trouble with awards such as this is, by definition, they have to single out a few individuals when there's so many of us activists, and we are all important to the welfare of our colleagues and this organization that we're part of. But I am delighted to have a life membership, because what I learned and experienced through being a BCTF union activist became a part of my cognitive and social self to a degree that surprised me. And it has enabled me more than anything else to take on other roles and challenges at CTF and at EI, and it has all been good. It has been very, very good. So good luck to all of you and to the BCTF. Thank you very much.